Okay, that should fix it. Hello, Ace. And okay, now I gotta turn this back. Okay. And then, all right. That should be good enough. Make this a little smaller. There. All right. If I start on another switch, I do have to screw this one back together. Like my glove's not on all the way. This in. So I'm gonna be fixing a blue screen of death today, hopefully. Probably just needs a good reflow. Guess I should make sure that both streams look alright. And I can hear myself now. Let's see. Yeah, okay, good, good. Alright. Probably should clean some of this thermal paste off of my mat before I get it on a screen or something. Probably a good idea. Alright, that one's back together. Let's see, where's the one I was gonna work on? This one, that one's no power. One of these was blue screen. This one. Let's see if it turns on. I assume it's dead. Yep, it's dead. My camera's a little crooked. There we go. Well, let's look at the USB port before I give it some power. Rough condition, but should charge fine. Wait, that's really rough condition. What is that? It's like a... I don't know what that is. Just a piece of debris. Yeah. Alright. Yep, there's blue screen, alright. Alright, let's take it apart. Nope, missing one screw in the bottom. That was way over tightened. Wonder if this one's been taken apart. Nope. Put these over here. My camera zoomed out all the way. Yeah, it is. Okay, just making sure. Ooh. It's definitely been taken apart. That one's a little stripped. I'll throw this screw away. I don't like keeping stripped screws. This one's a little stripped too. Not as bad as that one. Alright. My stream good on YouTube? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Alright. I just realized this isn't laying flat. Wait a minute. Eh, it's got a little bit of a bend in it. That's most definitely what cracked the solder balls. Well, at least that likely means that it's definitely just like cracked solder balls and it's not anything wrong with the APU. I'm sure that flexed the board inside. Probably caused it to come off. This is in pretty good shape, no? At least they didn't bust out those screw holes, which is pretty common. Kind of mark right there. This has been over tightened and bent the SD card, the SD card board. Jeez. A lot of these screws are way too tight. Looks like something spilled here on the bottom. What the hell? What is this? Thermal paste. Really shiny. I've never seen any thermal paste that shiny. And obviously that's not factory. Yeah, you can tell work's been done on this. Looks pretty gross inside. I've never seen that pad like that damaged and stuck to the BQ before. That is like shoved in there. That is weird. It's not even really like a pad anymore. It almost is like it melted. I think this one's gonna be more than just a APU reflow. This thermal paste is super weird. It's almost silvery, like it has some metal in it or something. I'd be extra careful cleaning this, just in case. Might be like a silver-based thermal paste or something. Hope they didn't use it underneath this, but it looks like they did. So it's under this too. How shiny that is. I'm just gonna keep taking this apart. Let me get it off of here too. And I'll just use this. It's very, I don't know, this is weird. It comes off real easily. Alright. Now I got more silver on me. And I got it on my mouse now. Alright, that's better. Surprised they actually got this foam off without destroying it, ripping it up. God, that was way too tight. Jeez. Seems to be consistent. Too tight screws. Yeah, it's that same crap. Wonder if they tried to reflow the APU. Maybe they didn't get any farther than this. There's definitely something got in here. I don't know if it's just like flux or what, but I have to look under the microscope at it. But I'm just gonna keep going for now. Oh, that's not the right screw right there. So I guess the question is, where did they put the screw that is supposed to go there? Alright, come on. There we go. I'll pop up this. I need to switch spudgers soon. This one's getting a little worn out. I guess they just they took the screw from there and then just didn't put any screw back in it. Probably put that back together and then didn't realize there was even a screw hole there. Oh, yeah. Probably should have just undo all of these now. That's not on right. Alright. Let me get this out of here. Ooh. That is, can't tell if, I think that's corroded. Man. So what, did this thing get water damage and was flexed really bad and was worked on by someone? That's wild. This screw's a little stripped. Throw that one away. Come on, get out of there. Last screw. That one, Jesus. Screwdriver doesn't even have enough power to get that one out. They screwed it in way too tight. At least the, like, screen's in good condition. Alright. Let's see what we're looking at here. Wow. Yikes. Corrosion. I'm surprised this thing even made it to a blue screen. More corrosion, I think. Unless that's just like paste or something. Where's my tweezers? Let me see. That might just be like dried thermal paste. That's definitely corrosion. This area looks okay. What is that? A part of that thermal paste, I guess? Looks like they got some of that thermal paste on here too. That's not corrosion. This is definitely corrosion though, right? Yeah, that's definitely corrosion. That's flux. Oh, they melted the shit out of this. Jeez. Some of these are like way corroded. That's a weird looking port. I I don't think this would be a new port though, because it was pretty beat up. So I think they just melted this while they were probably using hot air. Yeah, because that's still factory port. Oh, jeez. Is that corrosion? Yeah, that's corrosion too. Little corrosion on these. A lot of corrosion around here. But the backlight's working still. And this is the backlight. Because we wouldn't get a blue screen if it wasn't. Yo, that's bad right there. I am amazed this thing even gets to a blue screen. Alright, let's take off this metal shielding here. Has this ever been removed? I don't think it has. I don't think they ever got into here. It doesn't look like these are bent at all before. Ooh, maybe not. This one looks a little bent. I don't think they're completely on it. They don't look like they were pushed back down all the way. I think they probably just got this. Well, no, I don't know. We'll guess we'll see. Try and get this off. Where's my? I'm missing a tool. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, that's factory thermal paste, so I guess I didn't get this off. Oh, you know what? Yeah, definitely that's corroded. I'll get the rest of this off of here. I don't know why I'm doing this under the microscope, but I don't feel like switching cameras. This like definitely has a metal in it or something. Luckily, it's not all over the board. Now I gotta clean this off my mat because I don't want to get this thermal paste all over my stuff. Alright. First, what we're gonna do is we are going to reflow the APU out because I mean, it's making it to blue screen, so the first thing we want to work on is getting it past the blue screen. And then if we can manage to do that, then we'll start working on the other aspects of this board that need work, which is a lot of it. Okay, I'm gonna clean it with a little sponge. I like to go at it. I mean, you can clean like this, but sometimes their tweezers will end up poking through the little sponge, and you might damage a component. So it's better to just kind of go sideways. Alright, let's pop this EMMC off real quick. I'm just going to take the whole shield off. Um, Usually the shield just comes off easily with the EMMC. There we go. Wow. EMMC looks a bit corroded too. Some corrosion on the pins. Alright, let me get this in a board holder so I can heat it. That's good right there. It's pretty nice and sturdy. Alright, so we're going to use 450. Going to take this off. Switch to my biggest nozzle right here. That on well. Doesn't seem to want to go on very well. Hang on. Alright, there. Alright, that'll be comfortable. Try and get the whole thing in frame. There. And we're just going to use a thin flux. I'm using this nano flux. And I'm just going to see if I can squeeze some through here too. You really don't have to get all sides, but I just want to make sure that we're gonna fully flow under this because I don't want to have to redo it. But normally you can just do one side and it'll all pretty much just get drawn under the chip. Honestly, if you use too much, it could cause it to bubble and cause issues. So I'm thinking 40% airspeed at 450. I'm actually going to just warm this up first. So I'm at 450, but I'm really far away from the board right now. So I'm just kind of heating up the APU. Getting it ready to blast it with hotter air. Just warming up the board right now. I'd say I'm probably like 3.5 inches away from it, so it really should be losing a lot of that heat and moving through the air to the board. Okay, the board is nice and warm, so I'm going to move in closer now. We just want to heat this up as nice and even as we can. I'm aiming a little bit away from that little connector to the south of the APU. That can melt pretty easily. And we're going to want to give this to the tiniest little poke. Still solid. So we know we're not there yet. Still solid. It takes a lot of heat to heat this up. We're still solid. There we go. It's loose, so we're just gonna give it the tiniest little bump there. So now we know it fully melted. I'm gonna let that cool down. And hopefully that will fix our blue screen issue at least. We want to let it cool down naturally so that we don't warp anything. What I'll do in a second is just take it out of the board holder and set it down on the mat. And the mat can draw a little bit of the heat away from it. All right. That was a pretty good reflow. Feeling confident about that. All right. Can I get this needle up? No. Oh no. Wait a minute. We got tweezers. There we go. That's how you do it. Still very hot. Can hit it with some pressurized air to cool it down just a little faster. All right. We're nice and not too hot to touch it now. I could clean up this corrosion, but I actually don't want to do that yet. First, I want to put this back in here. Oh, you know what? I think this connector's maybe too corroded. Maybe I can clean it, but it might not be savable. Let's see. You know what? That's probably savable. Let me clean that. I think that's okay. If I can get most of this off. Yeah, that should still function all right. Let me hit it with a brush too. Just a soft bristle brush. Put some little alcohol on there. A little more. Wait, let me get some more than that. Don't want it to evaporate instantly. Let me clean this one too. Any, so I can wipe this a little. That one looks like it's got a little corrosion on the bottom. Ooh, that one might not be good. That one might need replacing. About this one. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. That's the backlight too. So if this one doesn't work, that's not good. We will have to call this LCD trash if this one doesn't work. And that's lost a lot of the contact point. In fact, you can see right there, it's not even connected anymore, I don't think. Let me look closer at this. Is there any copper or gold? Is there any gold left there? It's hard to tell. Let me get a tweezer. You guys still can't see. It's not focused there. Not looking good. Is there anything left there? Maybe. That one's still got enough left. I don't know about this one in the middle. But it's weird because like the backlight was working, right? Because we saw the blue screen and that was quite bright. This is I can just replace this. Everything is replaceable easily except for the LCD. Alright, let's put this in here and see what works, what doesn't. I did notice when we plugged it in and got the blue screen, it was only drawing 3 watts. I don't know if it would still charge the battery on a blue screen. I've never actually taken note of that. I've only worked on a few blue screens before. Oh, left this yellow one under there. Why doesn't that want to sit right? Oh, because this is routed all weird. I'm just going to take it out. Don't need it anyway. Alright, let's get the necessities plugged in. Oh, this one will go in there. There we go. Don't necessarily need the power button, but I like to plug it in anyway so I can just press the button instead of having to use my tweezers. I'm gonna put one screw in this. I just don't like when they're wobbly. Board moving all over, especially when I plug it in. Alright, that's all we need to see if it's gonna work. Plug in the battery. That's still lifting up a bit. Let me put one more screw in the USB port in case I need to plug it in, which I will because that battery's dead, I'm sure. There. Alright. Power. Nothing should happen because I think the battery's dead. Yep, nothing. Alright. Let's plug in the power and see what happens. It didn't instantly blue screen, which is good, but we also don't have a charging indicator. It is drawing 2.2 watts, so it could be charging the battery, but we should have seen an indicator. This could be the LCD or the backlight issue. Although usually even if the backlight's not on, you can see that battery indicator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the light from my microscope and just look real quick and see if I can see anything on the screen. It doesn't look like it, which can still be normal because the battery indicator, if it was ever there, would have disappeared by now. Let's see if the battery's charging. It's pulling, like, seems to be going up slowly, which usually indicates the battery is charging. We are charging. Battery is charging. See, we're slowly going up there in the top left. Wouldn't be surprised if the LCD or backlight is just not working. What I'm gonna do, just to speed this up so we can see, is I'm going to plug in a charged battery, and we're gonna see if we get anything on the screen when I turn it on. Nothing. I didn't think we would see anything, to be honest. I'm thinking I'll probably put this in a different shell to see if anything happens. I want to look at this real quick against the microscope light again, though, just to see if I can see any image. I am not seeing anything at all. If I plug it in, is there going to be a charge indicator or anything? It's drawing 6 watts. I don't know that it ever booted. It's hard to say. What we can do to see if it is booting real quick is unplug the battery again. Plug the battery in, and then just plug it right in. And we should see the wattage drop to 0 and then jump back up if it boots. But I'm not saying anything, it's just consistent 6 watts. So I don't think it's booting. I do want to rule out the LCD in the backlight though. So what I am going to do is I'm going to plug this into a different shell just to rule that out so I don't have to worry if that's the issue or not. Where'd my other screw go? Right here. Alright. Could also be that there's corrosion in the actual connectors that I haven't seen yet. I have another shell right over here. I think I can use this one to test it. Get in there. Alright, let me put a screw in this like I did the other ones. Other one, I guess. being a pain, doesn't want to go in. I think that's in though. I think that's good. I think this board is definitely a little warped. Got some movement there. Really shouldn't. Yeah, it's definitely warped. Just like the housing. I mean, it would have had to have bent at some point to knock the CPU balls off, but didn't think it would be that much. I think this one might only need that one screw. No, never mind. Put in another one. And the USB-C, so when I plug it in, it doesn't move. Wow, yeah, that's way bent. All right, let's see what happens. I suspect the same thing. Hey, Fan Games, how's it going? Yep, same thing. 7 watts, not booting. But we're not getting a blue screen anymore. So I think we fixed that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to plug in the power supply to it and see what kind of power draw we're getting, where it's failing. I'm gonna connect my little battery jig. Oh, that's not good. We're pulling a little bit. We should not be pulling anything. So something is shorting. And we're stuck at 200 milliamps. 215, 216. Alright, we gotta figure out what's going on. It could be a lot of things since we have so much corrosion on this. We know we're charging though, so the BQ chip's working. M92 has corrosion around it, so that's pretty likely. We can also go to the Retro 6 wiki. Let me see. So they have diagnostic power draws on here, which I always forget, so I have to come and look. I think are they in here? No, not in here. Where is it? In the first stage. I always forget what page it's on too. We were drawing 15 volts though too. That's good. 100 to 300. Yeah, we're stuck in first stage. And not this one. Is it an EMMC? No, this is the clock. It's about the max chip. We can check for our voltages too. That's also something good to do. Jeez, I always forget which freaking page it's on. Okay, well it's not that. Wait, why I can't find it? Oh, right here. Ah, diagnostic power draws. Just like I said. I should have just clicked the one that said that. So we're jumping straight to 200. I don't think we're jumping to 400. I didn't see any of that. We don't have the EM. Oh my gosh, we don't have the eMMC in. It's not gonna boot without the eMMC. See that? Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. I bet you. Is this thing just gonna work with the eMMC? Because I totally forgot that it wasn't plugged in. I've done that so many times. I just like forget. Oh yeah, that's right. We need the eMMC in there. But it doesn't feel like it wants to go in there. It's fighting it. There we go. All right. Let's see what's gonna happen. Plug our battery back in. I'm glad I saw that eMMC part on there because I probably would have kept looking at the power draw like, oh, what's going on? 7 watts. Uh-oh, we still got the blue screen. That means that the reflow did not work. I think this board might be too bent because it was a good reflow. We can try one more time. So let's do that. Because if we can't even get past the blue screen, then there's no sense working on anything else on this board. I need to turn on my other light so I can see under my hands. Alright, let's get this out of here and back into the board holder. I want to look too, just real quick. Yeah, that's got quite a bend in it. It's not, oh, it's almost like a twist more than just like a bend. I don't know if I'll be able to flatten this out at all. I don't really have anything that would help me do that. Well, let's try another reflow. See what we can do. Alright, that's good. Am I in the little nooks there? Yep. Yeah, board is a bit twisted. Alright, we'll try, see what we can do. Just gonna put flux on this one side this time because I already put a bunch under there before. Get this parfocled. Right about there. Okay. I'm gonna preheat the board. I'm just going to heat it from really high up, but I'm still gonna just be on 450. I'm just giving that air a chance to cool before it hits the board. We're just preheating. I think I will turn up the airspeed this time though to 50. Had it on 40 last time. I think that might make it a little faster. Already pretty warm. Alright, now we're going to bring the heat down onto it. And we're just going to go slowly in circles. Trying to heat the whole thing evenly. And let me get my tweezers ready for when I have to move it. Now if this didn't work, there is always repasting the whole thing, but honestly, with how bent this board is, if this doesn't work, I don't think it's worth attempting a repaste. Because I think it's still it's not going to make a good connection on all of those solder balls with the PCB. Should be getting close to melting point. Still solid. Still solid. Takes a lot of heat. I think we're getting close. We're starting to see a lot of bubbling. That usually means that it's good. Not quite yet though. Give it a little poke. Oh, we're there. And what that does is it just helps reconnect those balls that are not making contact. It also tells you that the whole thing's melted, so you know that you didn't miss any. Now you just hope that it worked. It's very hot, by the way. sure there's some sort of jig if you had like maybe some sort of metal jig that you could kind of elevate this and like screw this whole thing into. You know, maybe like use every single hole on this board, and then when they're all nice and tight, you know, your board's flat, and then I suppose you could just heat it up really hot, and it would probably flatten it out, but of course, obviously I don't have anything like that. I've seen Tony on Northwest Repair do that with a graphics card where he uses his little stands, and that that's how he got one of his graphics cards flat that was warped. I hit it with some air just to cool it down a little faster. It's my air compressor. Hopefully it's not too loud. I did mess with my audio settings to try and get it so the sounds weren't as high. Don't know if it worked. All right, it's cooled down enough. All right, well, let's see if we still have a blue screen. That white wire up from there. Put in our couple little screws. I mixed up my small screws, so hopefully that's the right one. Yeah, that was definitely the right one. Oh, I can see the difference on them actually. Should be this one. I'll put this one silver one in as well. All right. And plug this in. It went in easy that time. Get in there. All right. And we'll plug in our battery. And this time we're gonna put the eMMC on instead of forgetting about it. All right. Well, moment of truth. Is the board too warped? Yep, it is. We're still blue screen. Still blue screen. I want to see if I hold this chip down. Oh, I gotta unplug it now. Real quick. I want to put pressure on this APU and then plug this in. Still blue screen. I'm thinking this one is not going to be repairable for me. Try that again. Still blue screen. Even with putting pressure on it. And there's definitely a cracked solder ball or something under it. But just with how bent this board is, I don't think it's worth doing a repasting. So I'm just going to call this one dead. I'll move on to another one. Don't even know if I use this as a donor since it has so much water damage. It's probably not really a good board to be taking donor parts from. I gotta charge my screwdriver, it's dying. Barely spinning there. Alright. Gonna write on this real quick. I'm going to put blue screen. Alright. Let me grab another switch because I still got time to work on more. And clean this up a little. I guess I should move these parts out of here. This SD card reader might be okay as long as it's ooh, no, that looks pretty gross. They got something in it. What about this game card reader? That looks corroded too. Almost none of this is going to be usable. The fan's fine. Can use that. Maybe this heatsink, but it's in a little rough shape. In a pinch it'll work, I guess. I'll save this little metal shield too, at least. And get the thermal paste off of it. It's all stuck in that corner. Oh, now I have to clean my mat again. Alright. I'll save that part. At least we can use that. And this fan. And I can maybe use the board from these, just not the actual readers. I have a lot of broken little SD card things that I was planning on repairing. Ooh, we're just gonna spread it all over. Alright, that's better. Alright, let's see what else we got. This one is not labeled, so I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, let's see what's going on with this one. Always check the port first. Always check the port before you plug it in. Holy, that port is messed up. That's definitely going to need a new port, and we're not going to be able to plug into that. So let's take it apart. You know what? Let me put these screws away. That way I'm not getting these all mixed up together. These ones are the bigger ones, I think. Yep, those two, these two go here. I am amassing quite a lot of screws. You know, this guy had so many screws mixed up that I'm not actually sure which ones. I think those go in there. Because when I was taking those off, I was taking them off as if like, you know, this screw is in here, so it must be like this screw. But with how many screws could have been in the wrong holes on that one, I don't know if they were all right or not. I mean, I know one was wrong for sure, at least. Jeez, that kickstand was hard to get up. Gotta remember to charge my screwdriver when I'm done. Might even just have to use my hands for the rest of this. I love this screwdriver, but I wish it was USB-C chargeable. It's just got like a cell battery in it. Okay, that's stripped. That one's not. That one's stripped too. So I'm not going to be able to use this back plate, which isn't too bad, because this back plate's kind of screwed up anyway. Got a lot of scratches in it. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Alright, I get all the Phillips? Yep, sure did. These are so corroded. Or is that just gamer gunk? I don't know. Probably throw these in the ultrasonic cleaning thing here. I just keep all these screws in here, and then when I have a bunch of them, I just throw them in the ultrasonic cleaner. Those are definitely going in there. Ooh, we're gonna have another water damage? Well, not water. This is definitely not water. Some sort of liquid damage. Yeah, this backplate is definitely not good. Unlike this other one from the last switch we just did, which is in pretty good condition. I'm gonna keep this one. I do not enjoy working on liquid damage ones. This one looks pretty bad. Probably they are my least favorite ones to repair. Oh my god, the screwdriver's like barely even turning at this point. Come on, screwdriver, you can do it. Just live a little longer. I don't even know where the charger is. I have to find it. And everything. Nope, got this one here in the bottom. SD card reader's bent, of course. Wonder if someone took this one apart too. Oh, I left this one screw here. So it actually looks pretty good on the inside. I don't see any damage other than the USB port. It looks pretty good. Pretty clean. That is good. So if we're lucky, this might just be a USB port issue, which we can test. I assume this battery's dead, but what we can do real quick is plug in that other battery I have and just see if this turns on. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Yeah, seems fine. So I think we just probably just need a new USB port. Oh, hey Devil, what's up? I'm good. How you doing? This one is there's a piece of plastic there. This one's a little bent. Not much, but a little bit. I was wondering if you'd pop in. Alright, let's get this out of here. I think I'm just gonna use this screwdriver because this is dead. I'll just charge it after stream. Just worked on a blue screen switch, which I had thought I had fixed, but then I realized it just wasn't blue screening anymore because I forgot to put the eMMC in again, which seems to be a common theme for me, is just forgetting to put the eMMC back in and then going, what the heck is wrong here? But I did a good reflow on it. Uh, Managed to use that curved nozzle that I didn't use last time, so I was able to poke it this time. And I did 2 reflows, and it still did not work. Still blue screen. I did put pressure on it with my fingers to see if I could get it to not blue screen, but I could not. So I just, I called that one dead because the board itself was really bent. There was like a bad bend in it, and I just didn't see any point in doing a repaste on it because you know, no matter how good I do of a repaste, like I can't unbend the board. Let me clean this off. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to waste my time with it. It also had water damage. I'm surprised it was even blue screening, to be honest, because it was pretty bad. It was corroded. Just paste off of here. That's weird. Like a mark right there. You know what? Let me clean this up too. While I got it here. Came off nicely in one piece. There's like little pieces of dirt and gunk and shit on my mat. Someone reported your listing too? Damn, that sucks. Did eBay do anything about it this time, or did they give you another warning? Damn, you just got another warning, huh? Shit. How many did you have listed? They took all of them? Probably went and looked at your account and was like, oh, gold mine. I can't believe they just gave you another warning though. That's crazy. I definitely would have thought that, like, I think you said you've been reported like 5 times. Surprised they didn't do anything. That sucks though. I still have to make a Facebook account. I haven't done that yet. So I can try and list mine. Oh, you did get banned once? Would you just have to like appeal it and they unbanned you, or? Some gunk in that screw there. Oh, 7-day ban. I know, right? I mean, yeah, you're still making them money, right? You probably go and look at your listing and go, man, I don't want to remove this because we're getting money from it. But damn those copyright laws. They have to make it look like they're doing something, right? I think it's about time I switch this out for a new spudger. This one's pretty dull. Yeah, alright. And pop this EMMC off. I'm just gonna, actually, you know what? I can just leave it on. We're just replacing the port, right? I think that's everything. Just pop these out. And this Wi-Fi antenna. Alright, that's it. Now that's everything. I'll move this out of the way so I can use that. Put my screws there. I don't like to mix up the little black screws since there's two little black screws that look almost identical. You can tell the difference under a microscope, but pretty hard to tell the difference just with your eyeball. Did I get that? No, I didn't get the USB-C screws. You know, one thing I do like though about the Switch, they made every silver screw the same. Aside from, I think there's a 0.1 millimeter difference between the one in the SD card and every other one, but it's so minute that it really doesn't matter. Man, I've gotten good at taking those speaker wires out. They used to be such a pain. I realized you just gotta get them with the two-pronged attack. Push and pull. Alright, into the board holder. And go like, I want this to grab it just a little. And then here, and there. That's good. Could be a little sturdier, actually. There. That's good. Alright. Let's get this port off. Try and get my microscope position here. I feel like my camera is rotated slightly, even though it's perfectly on the microscope. Like, it's weird. If I line the camera up with the microscope like that, it's like way off. I don't understand why. But anyway, let me parafocal this. And then refocus the camera because I just turned to the thing. Actually, that was pretty good there, wasn't it? Oh, my dog's looking at me. Yes, Zeke, can I help you? What do you want? Huh? What? What? You gotta go potty? Huh? Oh, he's gotta go potty. Alright, I'll be right back. Taking my dog out. Come on, let's go. Okay, I am back. All right. Um, yeah, I don't know why my camera is like, I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Because it should look like that, but it's like I have to turn it off being perfectly straight. It's very strange. It's very strange. I'd love to get a new camera, but I need money for that. Alright, let's get this off of here. So, I am gonna do 400 and we're gonna do 100%, well, 99% airspeed. No nozzle, no flux, because we're just popping it off. Okay, if I can get this nozzle off, it's fighting me. There we go, finally. Alright. Heat up the board a little first. I need my straight tweezers ready. I'll just grab these ones. Alright. Now we're going to focus our heat on this area. Just waiting to see that solder get all shiny and melt. Honestly, I should probably be at a 450 really. Else it's going to take forever because this is factory. Yeah, let me just jump up to 450 real quick. There we go. Yeah, it'll melt it faster. We'll just say I was preheating at 400, you know? Getting it prepared for the 450. Boy, I don't know what got in this port, but it smells. Almost smells like sugar or something. I don't know. Might add some solder to these points, because should have started melting by now. Oh, there they go. I saw one. Saw one start to melt. Wondering if they are melted and they're just so oxidized that it's hard to tell. No, they're still on there. Tell the back ones are melted. These front ones, though, they're kind of crusted over and not melting. Let me add some solder to those. They don't want to melt. You know what? I guess we're going to have to put some flux on it, aren't we? Just a little thin bit. Alright, luckily it's still nice and hot. Not worried about those back ones. There we go. Still not there yet. There we go. And we're off. Alright, move this back over so I can scoot towards my desk. Or workbench, I suppose. And let's clean this up. So we're just going to add some fresh solder for starters. You know what, let me hit it with some more flux. There we go. Just using nanoflux. Cheap stuff. Pretty good though, honestly, for the price. Okay. Now I'm going to change tips. Here it is. Couldn't find it for a second there. Gotta organize my tips a little better. So we're going to take out the ball. We're going to use the flat-headed tip. And let's get some copper braid. And I'm just going to cut some of this off with my scissors. And then we're going to hold this with some tweezers. Let me turn up the temp. I'm at 380. I want to be at 420. There we go. Almost got everything. Boom. I love watching that get soaked up into the copper braid. So satisfying. Alright. Looks pretty good. Let's clean it up. Helps if you twist your Q-tip, kind of like that while you're cleaning. Helps to keep from just smearing it everywhere. Yeah, so we got through all of those. It looks like the corrosion ate through these a little bit. I think that's the copper right there. That's okay though, because those are just ground points. Well, really, they're not even, I mean, they are ground points, but they're mostly just there to hold the thing in place. Make sure this hole is nice and clear. Turn this up. There. That's good. Is this one good? Yep. Yep. Alright. Alright, let's clean it up a bit more. That looks a little unfocused there. Okay. Is that clear all the way through? Is that just... Yeah, it's just gunk. I got the animals in here just trying to get my attention. I got this fat cat laying on the floor. My dog's just staring at him. He wants to be fed. His dinner time is not for another hour and 15 minutes. But he, about this time is when he's like, okay, well, it's time for me to remind my dad that I need to be fed. What? What are you looking at? Here, this is my POV. Seek, what are you doing? Licking myself. Oh, there he goes. He's gone. I get this camera back on here. Eh, eh, there you go. That's good. Yeah, yeah. It's some of the corrosion ate away at some of this, but it doesn't matter. Hey Sloth Tech, how's it going? Alright, let's put some Black Horse Repairs flux on this because I like using this the most for tinning pads. Works really well. Except for right now because it's a little clogged since I haven't used it in like a week. And I'm gonna put my ball tip back on because I also love this for tinning pads. Alright, that's good. Why my camera's like blurry in the bottom left corner? I wonder if that's the lens. Alright, anyway. Move this off the bench a little so I can heat it up. And I gotta grab my port. Let's see. How many ports I got left? Oh, I got like 6. 7. That's 7. Let me actually pre-tin these a little. I still haven't bought a smaller solder size. Make sure I don't touch anything and melt it like last time. So yeah, we're still working with same solder size here. I melted that plastic a little. Oh, you know what? I'm also still on 420 from the last thing I did. I don't think that melted plastic will be an issue this time. Boy, not very good at doing the port tinning with is that just, yeah, okay, that'll be fine. I just need to go over it once more because it's bridged right there. I'm better at tinning these with the knife tip, but I'm trying to get used to the conical. I need to put a little more flux on here so that flows better. So I can unbridge those two. There we go. That's good. Now can I get these ones without melting anything? I grab just a little, nope, that's too much. There, perfect. And just see if I can just run this. Eh, eh. I feel like I can't get a good angle. There we go. There we go. Now I just gotta get rid of this little bridge and we're good. Perfect. That'll do. Alright. Need to get rid of this old port before I confuse the two. Okay, that's good. And 400 at, wait, no, 390 at 99% airspeed. I like going just below 400 for these. Oh, you know what? Let me tape my port. I did forget to tape the port. I'm not even gonna switch scenes for this, but I'll show you the finished product in a second. Just gonna take a little bit of Captain tape, very thin Captain tape, and put it over the bottom of the port so that there's almost no chance of melting it. Got my dad's receiver set up and tested a bit today. Looks like things are working as they should, except everything except FM stereo has no output. Nice. Okay, so yeah, we're just sticking tape over it basically like that. I'm actually gonna cut that a little shorter because I don't want it to stick to my tweezers. Had that happen before. Lesson learned. And let me grab my more precise tweezers to hold this. Alright, let's get started. First, I'm just gonna get this warm, and then I'm gonna pick up my port, get ready to place it. Once again, we're only at 390. 99% airspeed, no nozzle. And everything smells citrusy because it's Black Horse Repairs Flux. Alright, let me grab my port. Good to go. And we'll keep heating. Okay, we're melted on the bottom. I don't think the top ones have melted yet. Maybe they have. It's hard to tell. No, they definitely haven't. Yeah, we're still waiting on these top ones to melt. There it goes. There's that one. Just need this top left, and there it goes. And now we're trying to place the port. Hang on, that top one's solidified again, I think. There. Okay. A little crooked. There. That's perfect. I'm just holding it down with a little pressure, waiting to see those points solidify, and we're good. Now we're gonna take this tape off. Thanks, Sloth Tech. How are you not following this whole time? Oh, you just followed me on Twitch. You've been following me on YouTube, huh? I was like, wait a minute. There's no way. Thank you for the follow. I want a little more solder on that back joint. It's really not necessary, but I want it. Oh, dude, thanks. I appreciate it. Yep. Oh yeah, do multi-stream. I actually was just streaming on Twitch at first. But I figured that YouTube would be better to kind of grow. 'Cause it's real hard to get noticed on Twitch if you have like one viewer. Alright, that's enough. I like to touch these ones up too. It's really not necessary, but alright. That looks good. These all look pretty solid as well, but let's take a look. Oh yeah, those are all good. The only ones like no. Okay, yeah, they're all good. I don't know how clear that's coming through on the camera, but those are all nice. Not going anywhere. Let's clean this up a bit while it's still warm. Okay, I'm having like a little OCD over this point here. I want it to flow a little more onto the port. It's absolutely unnecessary to do this. I want to point that out. Absolutely unnecessary. I'm purely doing it because I just I don't know. I have a way that I want things to look. There. Now it's flowing over it a little. I'm satisfied. Hit it with some alcohol. And I'll come in with a little sponge in a second here. Use our little nano sponges. What did I do with my curved tweezers? There they are. That reflection's pretty harsh, huh? I have this thing tilted so much too, like that's how it would look if it wasn't tilted. What if I turn down the brightness a little? That looks that looks better. Now it's like kind of dark for me though. It's much brighter on the camera now than it is for me. See, like for me, I can have this thing on full blast all the time and it looks perfect. But maybe my white is too high on the camera or something, because like barely have the light on right there. That is literally turning the knob to the point where it's barely on. And the camera picks that up so much. Huh. I'm gonna come in with my brush, get this area nice and perfect. Now I do see that this top area right there is a little weird. And normally I would do something about it, but I don't like that spot, so I'm just gonna leave it. Alright, let's get this out of the board holder. Let me move this back into my little toolbox here. Get some of this solder out of the way. Eventually I'll just run out of the solder and then I'll have to buy new solder and then I won't have to worry about the size because I'll just get a smaller one. Oh, that's upside down. You know what? I'm gonna clean this side a little too. Just a little cleanup real quick. Alright, there we go. That's better. Looks like the board got a little toasty on the edge there. Get up. Nope. There. White cable is always under it. It never fails. Alright, why doesn't this want to sit? What's it hitting? It's not sitting right. There we go. That's why. Bam. A screw in it. Uh-oh. Which one of these is the Y? Okay. That's why we marked them. That's why we marked the top. Which one of these are these ones right here? Is this? Dude, I'm getting a little confused. I've got, oh, that was the blue screen one right there. Okay, so yeah, this is the one it was in. I need to do a better job of cleaning up the Nintendo Switches that I'm done working on. Come on. Be happy. Go in there. Don't want to go in. Do not tell me this connector's messed up. Okay. I'll try one more time. I don't want to force it. Yeah, something's not right there. I'm just gonna take this back out so I can get a good look at it. This is the Y screwdriver, isn't it? Dang it. How did I get that last screw out with the Y? Let me look at this real quick. Check out this port. Yep, bent pins. Man, I feel like the pins on these bend so often. It's so easy. I wonder if I'll be able to fix these ones. Let me see if I can get this. Sometimes you can put these back where they belong, but not often. Let me actually use this needle right here. Oh, this thing's in the way. I have to replace these so often. Oh, it was in there for a second. There. Yes, get back in there. Well, now let me try and move the other one in. This one might be a little too damaged. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get this one in. No? Never mind, maybe I will. Problem is getting them to stay in. I don't really have anything with a fine enough point to kind of push those in there. I might be able to get it in there like that. Not sure. I just don't have a lot of these ports left. So I don't want to use them. Well, all I can do is try again and see if I can get it to go in. Probably gonna have to replace it anyway. Because one, that's good practice, and two, I'm gonna have to take it back out. eventually. No. No, it's not going in. So we're gonna have to replace that connector. All right. Let's just do it. This housing has got a broken, it's broken around the USB port, which is quite a bummer because this LCD has a screen protector on it. It's in great condition, but of course to replace the, let's see like right here, busted. But you can't replace this unless you take the whole LCD off, which sometimes you can do without detaching the digitizer, but most of the time that digitizer is coming off. And then it's a pain to get back on clean. Like you usually have to use a new digitizer. Damn you, Nintendo. See, on the OLED, they made this piece removable without having to take out the screen, which is a huge improvement. This one I will probably just keep this way and sell it with this part broken, but that's gonna cut down on the price I can get for it, even if it has a perfect screen. Let's set this over here. All right, so we need to replace this connector. How many of these do I have left? Let me see. I've got one left. I need to order more. It's the last one. I gotta stop breaking these. I guess I don't know. Maybe I am not putting the cable back in right all the time. Because I have to replace these quite often. I had to do 5 of these, and probably the last like 8 switches I fixed. I'm gonna do this in a similar way to how we just did the USB. Just gonna hang it off. There, that's good. Actually no. I want it to go like that. There. Just like that. And I'm just gonna hang it off now. Wish you guys could hear this cat. He just growled at me. Does that work? It's a little crooked on the camera. It looks straight to me. There. Right there. Oh, nope, we gotta go up, not down. Oh, I gotta lift it up a little. Okay. There you go. I'm gonna do this at 450, 100% airspeed. Well, 99. I would say 100, but only goes up to 99. Alright, should be getting close. Not yet. Oops. I accidentally pressed the button on my hot air gun there and it turned off. Sometimes the button's good, sometimes the button is just in the way, to be honest. That would explain why it took so long to heat this up, because my hot air gun was trying to cool itself off. You press it all the time. Yeah. Yep, me too. Alright, it should be melting by now, 450. There it goes. Alright, put some flux on it. Go over it with some solder. Uh, okay, I'm gonna pop the EMFC out because it's going to be a little bit in the way. Oops, don't mind me. You didn't see nothing. Just trying to break this up a little, just make sure that EMMC doesn't have any problems going in. That looks good. Okay. Now we wick. And I'm going to switch tips. And lower the temp, 380. Hey, how's it going, Chatty? Now we're going to put some new solder on, going back to the old tip. And I am actually going to clean this real quick. Just now noticing you guys can't see everything. because I like to use the Black Horse Repairs flux when I'm reapplying solder. I'm doing pretty good today. Replacing this LCD connector. Got a little bit of a piece sticking up there. I need the flux to flow up there. Okay, it's not going to. So let me put a tiny bit more on that. Right there. There. Now it's clean. And that looks pretty good to me. That one right there is a little weird. Let me go over it one more time. There we go, that's good. Double checking my work. Yep, I'm happy with that. You know, I kind of want to clean the flux and then kind of just try and put it on without it, but because I hate when the flux gets in the connector. I am using an Amscope. I don't remember the exact model number, but it is an Amscope. And I'm just using like a Hey camera. I think it's just like a 1080p camera. Now we're just gonna put the connector on. Flux be damned. This is my favorite part, struggling to get it perfectly in place. Holy, that's actually pretty good. It didn't take me very long. It usually takes me forever. We'll see, it might float away. I'm gonna do 400 at 99%. And we're just heating it up. And we should see it kind of float into place. Hopefully. That's the goal. I think some of those are melted, but I think it might be floating on the flux. Yep. Take the heat away for a second. Now I'm going to put some pressure evenly on this. We come back with the heat. I'm going to take the heat away. Let that solidify and release the pressure. Let's see. So all look like they're connected. Let's come over here and do some poking. Looks like it's just a tiny bit off being perfect, which is completely fine. And we're just going to poke some of these. Just make sure that they are connected. This switch was just a USB-C port. Oh, that one's not connected. Oh, these ones are loose. Okay, so we're gonna have to reheat that. Let's check the other side. Or, we don't even have to reheat it. We can just touch them up with our soldering iron. This one was a bad USB-C port, and then honestly, I probably damaged the LCD connector when I was trying to plug the LCD back in, which I seem to do quite often. These all seem good. Let me check the ones up here. Need to zoom in a little better. See. Are these ones good, or is this? Yeah, those ones are actually good. Oh, that one's not. That one's loose. Just that one. I'm just going to touch these up with the soldering iron. Oop, oop. I'll get that bridge off. Just clean my tip. Clean my tip again. There we go. And we have no bridges now. And everything looks good. Let's do the other side. Touch up all these ones. Let me refocus the camera here. There. Okay, those all are looking good to me, except maybe that one on the end. Yep, that one is still loose. The other ones are all good looking now. Can I get a little more solder on there? That's too much. There we go, perfect. And I'll just get rid of that little blob. There we go. I'm happy with that. And of course, we'll give it a little poke. We're solid. All of these are solid now. I don't like how this one looks though. Right here. There. That looks better. And is this one good? Yes. Okay. That's all good. Take a little nano sponge. Well, actually, let me take a Q-tip first and soak up as much of this flux as I can. Rotating our tweezer as we, not tweezer, rotating our cotton swab as we go. Now we'll use the little foam cube. I got a little piece of Captain tape stuck to it there. Gotta be careful around this cleaning it up because you don't want to bend any of those pins on the inside of it. Alright. Now let's get this thing hooked back up. And this time, I'm gonna take care and we're not gonna mess up the LCD connector. For sure. 100%. No chance. That little Wi-Fi wires always sneaking in there. I know I had a little black screw. Maybe not. Oh, it's over here. Oop. That's the wrong black screw. I had a feeling when I went over there and reached for it. It's this one right here. There we go. Don't mess with me, LCD connector. Is this like... I almost wonder if this connector's got a little bit of an imperfection in it. Uh-oh. It doesn't want to go in. Did this one break too? Oh wait. Okay, it's in. Okay. I think we're good. We're good. Everything is fine. It's like it was just a struggle in there. Probably a little bit of flux in there or something. Eh, get in there. Backlight. There we go. Alright. Put our eMMC back on. Plug in our battery. I'm not sure if this one has any charge. Nope, that's dead. Test our new port. Alright, new port's good. We got the charge indicator. You know what I should do too, just for sanity check. We will use the tail insertion tester. Check our port results. All green. All good. We're gonna flip that around. Check it this way, because sometimes it only works one way, and we're all good. So it looks like this one is fixed, because it wasn't having any booting issues or anything. It was just the USB-C port. So I'm going to start putting it back together. Just going to unplug this stuff real quick. Just get it to where everything is connected at least, so that I can test it and make sure everything on it works. Get these speakers in. Alright, turn this to the side so I can get a better angle. There we go. My favorite part, the Wi-Fi antenna. A little piece of Captain tape on that. There we go. I think that's on there. There we go, that's in. Put our screws back in. Oh, this is the Y screwdriver. It's the wrong one. Dang, it's already almost 6 o'clock here. I've been enjoying this, and time's just kind of zoomed past. Put our fan in. Gotta get this fan screw in first before you put the game card reader back. Oops. There we go. That is good. Now let me plug the battery back in so I can start charging it while I'm putting it together. There we go. I do have to plug in the game card reader still though. I'm gonna have to unplug it again. Can't get this to go where, oh, there we go. Alright, that's it. Digitizer. That's in. Alright, now we can plug it in. Alright, now I can just let it charge. A little hair right there. Get that out of this. And yeah, should be all good. And this one has a screen protector on it, so that's nice. That means the screen is probably in perfect condition. Always love to get switches with screen protectors. Good resale value. This one is dead. Only charging at 1.6 watts. I always feel weird at this part where I'm just sitting here waiting for something to charge and it's like, alright, what do I do now? Do I talk? What do I talk about? I'm too awkward to just start a conversation. Oh, you know what? Take this apart and start charging this battery. Although I'm not really sure where the charger is. I think it's somewhere. Might be in my room instead of the office, because I don't know if I ever actually took it out of where I originally got it. Oh, there it is. Found it. How the heck am I going to plug this in? This charger's so jank. It's like this crappy piece of metal. Which way does this go? This way. It feels so flimsy. Alright. Where the heck can I plug this in at? Any more available plugs? Guess I'll just unplug my air purifier for now. Throw this away, because that's broken. I don't think I ever cleaned this off with alcohol. Oh, board over here too. What even board is this? I think this was. I think I was just using this as a donor board, actually, so I'm just gonna put that with my donor boards. I got this, which can also just go with my donor stuff. I'm collecting quite a lot of donor parts. And this one too, although I don't know if this one's... I mean, maybe if I could steal the LCD off of it, but I don't think... I mean, the LCD and the battery are good, but... Actually, the LCD might not be good, because this backlight is... got like a corroded connector. I don't know, at least I get the battery. There's so many of these. I've got this one, which... I think this one is perfectly fine. And the screen's actually in pretty good condition on this one too. I have like 10 of those now. Is this just a bad... Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that away. I haven't cleaned my space in so long, like fully. It needs it. Alright, I think that's good though. And this part goes, this is for this one. I need to get some affiliate links, dude. That's what I need to do. Like, guys, buy this because it's awesome. Dude, I would totally endorse like any of my tools because I love all of them. I don't think I have an issue with any of them. Maybe like small gripes with like one part of some of them, but for the most part, I'm super happy with the money I've spent on my tools. Would buy again. I gotta back this up a little. There we go. That's a little crooked. Can you guys tell I'm just stalling for time while this charges? I guess I'll put the heatsink on. I mean, I assume it's gonna work and just finish putting the fan on. Although assuming has gotten me in trouble before. I sit here, I like, all right, let's put the whole thing back together, and then you get the damn thing together, and then you're like, oh no, there's this one little thing that's wrong, and now I have to go all the way back into it. Trust me, it's happened before. It will happen again, eventually. I don't think it'll happen on this one. A little thermal paste. Little hairs on this, probably from, I don't know if that's from my dog, the cat, who knows. I try to keep him out of this room, but yeah, sometimes I can't help it. I don't like I have other people who live with me, and none of them are here right now. So I feel like a jerk if I just close the door and neglect the animals, leave them out in like the hallway when I'm the only one home. So I open the door and I just let them come in here. They just sit on the floor while I work. Oh, we're at 7 watts. Did it? Oh, still didn't boot yet though. Should be close to booting though if we're drawing 7 watts. In fact, it might even maybe boot if I unplug it and plug it back in. Nope, not yet. Needs a little more power. Not yet. What do I do with my phone? Oh, it's in my pocket. Wonder what switch we'll work on next. You'll see. I have over here in the pile. Got another no power. It says it's turning on and off. And there's a code with it. I assume that it has parental code on it. This one says charging port. That would be an easy fix. I have one here that I'm supposed to just put back together with a battery. I guess I could do that. I probably should do that. I don't know how long that's been sitting there, fully functional and just needing a battery. But I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 more Nintendo Switches to work on. I also have a PlayStation. I have a PS5. I've really wanted to work on it, but I haven't worked up the nerve. I've never worked on a PlayStation. Oh, I think it's gonna boot. Yep. Nope. It died instantly. It was like, nah, dude, we don't have enough power. How many volts are we at? Oh yeah, it's only at 3.6. Usually likes to only boot when it's around like 3.8, 3.7-ish. Anywhere between that and 4.2 volts, it's usually happy. I think it's time for a new spudger. This one's not very, not in great condition. Anyway, I'm gonna end stream in a minute. Not yet. I want to wait for this to boot, but I want to try to stream every day this week. I have been like really bad about not streaming and just being lazy. When like I do enjoy it, I enjoy streaming, and I just for some reason have a hard time starting streaming. But then once I start streaming, I enjoy doing it. So I'm gonna try and stream every day this week. I usually start at like 2 Pacific time, Pacific Standard Time. So I'm gonna aim for that again tomorrow. That's the goal. Is this connector good that I have sitting right here? Let's see. Because I have this like extra LCD connector. I don't even know if it's bad. I can't. I need to lift up the scope a little. Okay, there's that one. Honestly, this is fine. I could totally recycle this one. I think I took this off of one, and I don't remember why. Although those feet are a little messed up right there. I could totally recycle that one. I'm gonna do that. Put it in my little bin here. I don't know. I got one left. If anyone wants to make an inquiry about modded Nintendo Switches, I do that as well. I think I'm gonna set it up like in my Twitch description and just maybe put like an email there or something that people can reach out to me. I haven't really figured it out yet. But I do want to start modding Nintendo Switches for people and selling modded Nintendo Switches. I enjoy doing that. I can't sell them on eBay, unfortunately, because it's copyright infringement for against Nintendo or something. But yeah, I'd love to repair them. And I think maybe get a website eventually or something that I can kind of just list them. This thing's got to be close to 3.7 or 3.8 now. It's been charging at 7 watts for a while. Oh yeah, there we go. It should be booting anytime. Actually kind of surprised it hasn't booted already. I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in. Sometimes it boots. Oh, it booted. And it seems like we're good. Nice, this one's on version 1901. Joy-Cons. Ooh, that one didn't connect. That one did not connect. Might just be a loose connector. Could be the rail. Let me see. Power this off real quick. See what's going on with this. Alright, let's try now. I have plenty of rails if it is a rail issue. I also have connectors if it's a connector issue. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it was just loose. It just wasn't seated all the way. Alright, let's see if this one works. That one, same issue, I think. It's not seated all the way. And just push that in a little. No, we still got nothing on this one. Oh, there it goes. Why'd that take that took a second there to connect. We connected, I think they're probably dead, is the problem. Oh yeah, they are. Both of these Joy-Cons are fully dead. That's probably why they weren't connecting. Alright, well, everything seems good. Let me look at these controller batteries. Oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, these are dead. Joy-Cons are dead. Let me test the touch screen real quick. We're gonna go to test input devices, test touchscreen. Yep, that's solid. And then let me connect to my internet real quick. You guys can't see my network. Dang, this one's connected. They have connected to a lot of networks. Holy, this thing was well used. Okay, we're connecting. Yeah, it is. All right, we're good. Everything seems working. Joy-Cons aren't like disconnecting when I'm wiggling them. So there. Oh, whoa, 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 hold on. I think that one just did. Wait a minute. Yep. I'm gonna replace that rail. It's loose. What about this one? This one seems good. I'll probably replace both of them anyway. Just, I don't know. Why not, you know? Yeah, it looks like there's some crud down in this rail. I can do that real quick before I end stream, I think. Oh, you know what? I don't have my powered screwdriver to make this faster. That's okay. Oops, thought I had that one. There we go. I had to put so many screws in this. Like I think they realized with the OLED, they were like, you know, I don't think we need 5 screws. So they went down to 3. All right. Pop this one out. Kitty, what are you doing? Why are you getting into my stuff, cat? Huh? He's over here sniffing around. Big old fat kitty. On today's stream, we are unscrewing things simulator. Alright, let's just toss both of these. And we'll grab some new ones. I have plenty of them. Where's my other big bag? Or did I already go through those ones? Now I have another large bag somewhere. I might have used all those ones because we probably had one side on a bunch of them worse. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I only got 2 left in that one. But then I have like a whole nother baggie full of them. And let's make sure these are good and not broken. Yeah, it looks good. I've gotten these broken before, and then I've put them in, and then I'm like, oh, it's not working, and then I have to take it back out. So now I always check them. You know what? Let me get this screw on the screwdriver first. It would be handy. I should like 3D print like a vertical holder. So I'll just hold the switch like this, and I can just grab all my screws and bang bang, get them all in quickly, instead of having to hold it with one hand. This one's always fun to get in. You gotta do the little bend thing, the little fancy swirl. Where's my blunt tweezers? Here. And then you gotta curl it like that, and then tuck it in there. There. Hang on, I gotta see what this cat's doing. I hear him in my boxes behind me. Hey, what are you doing? He ran away. He got caught. Oops. Lost that screw. Oh my gosh. I did it again. I almost should just do this. Good enough. Alright, let's plug this one in. Alright. Plug the battery back in. Now we should have some good rails. Why does it say the battery's at 17% all of a sudden? I'm gonna have to calibrate it. Definitely ain't at 17%. I probably should test these before I completely screw them in, but I don't know, I'm feeling a little overconfident. And we're good. No disconnect whatsoever. And this one, same. No disconnect whatsoever. Alright. I'm gonna put this one back together real quick before I end the stream. You know what I do want to test, actually, before I do put it back together. The old hot air test. Make sure the fan, oh, never mind. The fan turned on its own. That's what I needed. That's all I wanted to see, was if the fan was gonna work. What did I do with the, oh. It's just right in front of me. Ooh, this is kind of nasty. I kind of want to clean this a little. I don't know if alcohol is going to get this off. I might need water. It's coming off a little bit. Thought it might be sugar. Alright. Am I going to be able to reuse this? No, this one's in bad condition. I'm going to have to put a different one on. That's weird. That does not like screwing into there. Wonder if there's some of that, whatever this liquid is down in that hole. Or I went through the speaker wire. Let me double check. Just want to make sure I didn't screw through anything, because that was a lot of resistance. And it shouldn't have that much resistance. Oh, still have this one in. No, there's no speaker wire or anything there. I guess that hole's just must have got something in it. Oh, it's just this screw. It's just that screw doesn't want to go in. I have extras. Yeah, this one goes in fine. It was just that screw. Oop. How do I have more screws here than even goes in this switch? Did I forget to put some of these away? I must have, because I know I have the USB-C ones in, and I know I have the heatsink ones in, but there's still 5 of these. Must have been from the old switch, and I didn't put them all away, because I only need one more screw here. And obviously we have the screws in there. And that's all the silver screws. It doesn't take any others. Now I'm weirding myself out though, like, oh, I missed something. I just gotta peel that off before I put this back on. Otherwise I can never get it right. I clean this a little. Looks like someone got liquid on this. I don't know, they might have unscrewed it unless the factory just tightened it too much. Because it's a little bent. Alright. Uh, alright, I think I'm gonna call it there, because if I put this back on, this back plate on, I would need to grab another back plate, and then I'd have to transfer these little stickers, and I don't feel like doing that right now. But anyway, everybody who's still here, thanks for hanging out, whether you're lurking or talking. I appreciate the views. And if you haven't, please follow me. I would appreciate it. I'm going to try to stream every day this week. I would like to stream every day at least, is the goal. I will aim for 2 p.m. tomorrow Pacific time, Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, and I guess that's it. I will see you guys next time, and thanks for hanging out. Bye.